Hey guys, Coach Fitz, we're back. So now we're going to work on another element for our end game, which is the end credits. And to do that, we're going to start in Photoshop, and you can see our last project is still here. And we're going to create a new image, and we're going to call it End Credits. And click OK. And we've got lots of choices for what we want to do here, but the basic plan for our end credits is we explored making an animation with like the Star Wars effect, where the text kind of fades into the background, and everybody kind of digs Star Wars, and we're kind of a geeky group. We can easily make that effect in iMovie, and we did, but it was a really big file, and again, we ran into that difficulty with how do we keep the file sizes small so we can upload it to the Google Play Store. The Apple Store doesn't seem to have those same limits, but Apple's what everybody has. So we're trying to balance those two competing interests, because Android's cheap, but we got to keep it small, and Apple's more expensive, and a lot of people have it. So we're just trying to balance everything out. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab a text from our text tool, and we're going to go ahead and start typing. So we're going to say green, and we can already see that we're having some problems here. We like the jazz text, but that's clearly too big. So that'll work, and we've been talking a little bit about the importance of branding, and in the years past we've used Blade Runner for us. And we've always liked that font, and I think we should stick with it in terms of you guys branding your team identity. Gears, ARS. And let's pull this into the center of our scene there. That looks fine. Let's grab our text. And then we can say Paul Fitzgerald, coach. And let's get rid of that capital L. Luke Fitzgerald, programmer. That's fine. Composer. Graphic artist. And we can do our closing credits any way we want. And we might see here that already our font is a little bit big, but that's okay. We'll make it just a little bit smaller. That's better. And then Ethan Burr, programmer, composer, graphic artist. What we're doing right now is we're focusing on the specific contributions that different members of the team made to the game. And we can go ahead and manipulate this any way we want to make it look the way we like it. Damon Strumpek. So, graphic artist. Miles Peterson. Graphic artist. Kenny Chamberlain. Ethan, Damon, Miles, Kenny. All right. So that's pretty much our list, and we can always go back and change and modify and edit it. And in fact, why don't we go ahead and do vhit Gupta. beta tester, Andrew Kim, beta tester. We could try to line these up just a little bit better. I could create a little more spread here if we want, make the names a little bit clearer. That looks pretty good. And if we want our alignment to change, just click on right. We want all of our text to align that way. Let's go ahead and drag this. Oops. Drag it into view. Go in and edit our text. So this text we might want centered. Let's pull this over. Not sure why when we went to center this it moved so far over. So let's go ahead and correct that. Let's highlight it just like everything else. Okay. We want to fix our spacing here. All right, we can see it's not perfect, and we could work on perfecting that. But at this point, I think we're probably not going to do that. I'm just going to space this out. Maybe add a line there. Green Mountain Gears, 2015, sort of scrappy. Digging that name more and more. All right. There we go. So we've got our image here. We've got it in our font that is appropriate for our team. And now what we want to do is save this image as, save as. Probably guessed it, we want to make it a PNG file. For the just ease, we're going to go ahead and put it on the desktop. We'll know where it is, it's easy to find. And you probably guessed, we're going to go ahead, open up our Finder, open up Unity. We're going to go into our Unity sprites. We're going to drag in our end credits, which we can see are right there. So they've now been imported. That looks good. And what we could do is, you know what, this is fine. Let's actually just demo it here. We're going to bring our end credits into our scene. And you could probably guess we are going to make another animation. And if you guessed that, you would be correct. Now we can look at our font here and we can tell that it's not big enough. So let's make it a little bit bigger. 3 and 3, that's not bad. 4 and 4, that's even better. So the way we're going to make this animation, and we're going to have it run against any background. We don't really care what the background is. We're going to go into Animation, and we're going to click Record, and we're going to call it End Credits. So far, so good. And we're going to save it. And we're expecting only one point when we do this because we're only interested in one object. So we're going to go ahead and grab our transform tool. I'm going to bring our credits all the way down to the bottom. And we can see right now we've got 2 points. So this is okay. Let's just run it through and see how we're doing. So I'm going to advance out and raise our credits up. Raise our credits up. And I could, if I wanted to, just change this by typing into the transform. That'd be fine. And you can see that the names start showing up best when we get into that blue sky. We're just going to pull it right through. We could make that longer or shorter if we wish. That's totally up to us. So let's play it, see what it looks like. So again, that's pretty quick, and we know how to slow it down because you probably remember this from the last animation. Let's drop it to 30 frames. Let's play it. That looks a lot better. In fact, that looks great. So now we can see here that we've got our end credits, and it's got an X, Y, and Z coordinate, but it's not tracking any other objects, and it has no children. So this is great. We like this. This feels pretty good. Let's go into our project, go into our prefabs, drag our end credits in, and we can see right now that in our animator it's not turned on. So we're going to want to script it to come on. And that's what we'll learn about as we wrap up level 2. So that'll be coming next.